So this becomes an artificial intelligence on a global basis that learns every day, every moment, with every action. And that's how you can get ahead of information warfare. Now, another problem we've got, a major problem with media, is information warfare. Sometimes it's just information pollution, but I'm talking about warfare. And information warfare should not be confused with cyber warfare. By the nature of information warfare, you don't know you've been attacked. In fact, saying you've stopped information warfare is a tactic of information warfare. The trouble is this long-term consequence, if we don't clean it up, means that no one's going to understand how to trust media. And that is behavioral paranoia. It's not biological paranoia. So your whole mission here of media could be destroyed by information warfare, essentially. Now, right now, today, people are sort of aware a little bit of governments doing information warfare. Now, business is going to get involved in this too. Take a look at marketing. Project it into the future. What's the purpose of marketing? To figure out how I know you enough to get something for you to give me money at the right time, in the right way, the right style, all that, right? What if I can take one step closer to manipulate you to do that? You don't think advertisers manipulate people, do you? But they're going to get better and better and better and better and better and better at it, with new kinds of artificial intelligence, narrow intelligence, and so forth, to get people to do what they want. That's a form of information warfare. It's not quite the same of taking over a government, but it is taking over you. Terrorists. It's a lot easier to do information warfare than blow up a building if you have a choice. Terrorists, political terrorists especially, ethnic terrorists, religious terrorists will get involved in this stuff. Some people would say that the Islamic State was doing propaganda. It wasn't really information warfare, but it was, moving in that direction. And I suspect that as they have losing more of their land, as they have, they'll advance their procedures too. Now, I got some solutions toward the end, so don't get depressed. But if you don't agree with the solutions, then you can get depressed. I think it stands to reason that there's a little bit of overlap between terrorism, corruption, organized crime, and now the new player in the game, information warfare, which of course would make democracy and free markets an illusion. So as in Korea and elsewhere, as information warfare and disinformation and lying and fake news and all that stuff is being monitored, hopefully we can start to create some sort of protocols between these data banks. And then we can enough information and data that we can eventually apply some artificial narrow intelligence for predictive analytics. The object here is to begin to predict a range of possibilities, not what will happen, but next week, given this volume of information, and given this artificial algorithms we put on top of it, these are the 85 things we think could happen next week. We don't know, but here's a range of things. So you end up with a whole bunch of stuff continually updated of possibilities. And then for each act that's identified through either government intelligence or Facebook analysts or through university programs or whatever, but some mechanism yet to be identified, we would begin to identify how does that act get preempted and prevented before it happens? What would you need to have done? What personality would be required? What buying behavior would be required? What knowledge would be required? What interests would be required? What geographic location would be required? What are the requirements to counter that dot? And then, this is where Facebook saves face. Facebook was used for this in the other approach, all right? Everybody knows this. Everybody also knows the way Facebook makes money is advertising, right? So if you sign on and it says, here's this cool place to have a vacation because you went to another cool place next door, and I'm going to advertise to you. So instead of doing advertising, just like advertisers match your profile with their products, you match a capability to counter information warfare with your personality profile on Facebook or whatever social media it is. So you use Facebook to counter what Facebook was used to do. So just like you can sign up on any sort of system on internet to say if X comes up, let me know. You then could have people around the world signing up to say, I would like to play my part in preventing information warfare. I can't do it all, but whatever matches me up that's interesting. And then if I get a notification saying, next month, Putin is going to be in Helsinki, would you like to do the Twitter commentary on his speech? Yes or no? You could say no, okay, or you can say yes. So just like an advertisement, you can buy or you not buy. It's your choice. Same idea. Then the results of every volunteer goes back into the data cloud. So this becomes an artificial intelligence on a global basis that learns every day, every moment, with every action. And that's how you can get ahead of information warfare. And if anybody's got a better idea, I'm really happy to burn this chart. But in my experience of 30 years, I've seen nothing better than this. Anyway, I appreciate your patience. I know I went a little longer than I was supposed to, but I thought this is an important thing to communicate.